MTA review monthly edition. Let's get it, baby. So welcome to my new series that I'm starting, and I'm hopefully going to be keeping this up every month if there's enough information, topics, etc. But welcome to a new idea that I did not think of. I just got inspired by other people and other clans that used to do this before, like years ago. And I'm gonna be basically going through the idea first, gonna be explaining what I'm gonna be doing in this video. But obviously, if you're reading the title of this video, you already know what we're doing. Welcome to the first voice edition MTA news coverage, in which I will be talking about clans that are making tournaments, coming up with a new server. Maybe they had a event planned that was, it was really nice to the public. A lot of people participated in it. Maybe an all-star event. Basically, everything related in the race scene are surrounding DM, and basically tournaments that surround the whole DM scene. Now, before I start with all of my coverage, I have to say this, that the second part of this video is going to be focused on map of the month. I'm just going to talk about, it's not going to be very long, it's going to be super short, honestly. I'm just going to be talking about map of the month, and we're going to be talking about what other maps could have won potentially if the current map of the month hadn't won. So we're just going to be going through it, and we'll see how this goes. Like if you guys like this idea, I'll probably do another one next month. And if this doesn't work, sure, I'll just go back to my original podcast. So welcome once again to the MTA news coverage January edition. So to start things off, we're going to talk about Lumiverse. Lumiverse started its journey on the 26th of December, launched the server, and it was an immense success. Something that nobody saw coming, honestly. Like, it is in itself, it's pretty fucking poggers. I don't think anyone expected a 250 plus launch, but it happened, and it was fucking amazing. Like, I don't think anyone thought that we would probably get even over 150 people. I remember when when the event happened on guessing the amount of guessing the player base basically on launch, I was like, I'm probably gonna go with 125, something understandable, something logical. I wasn't giving myself false hope. So I did 125, but nope, it was 266, and it was increíble. And even though, we had some issues, DDoS attacks, it was still amazing. Like, the developers did a fucking incredible job. The designers did a fucking incredible job, and everyone who was involved in the beta testing and just worked so hard in finding all the bugs. Honestly, huge props to them. Huge props to everyone that worked on the server. And honestly, overall, Lumiverse seems to be offering a lot, and we'll see how it is. I'm being unbiased. Like, I'm not, supporting them or anything. Even though I am in Lumiverse, I'm just talking in a manner where I consider myself not part of Lumiverse while I talk about this. So, but don't worry, we'll get into it. So, next up we have, and probably not next up, but lastly we have the Catch tournament hosted by Lumiverse, which is pretty exciting because Catch in itself hasn't been a competitive game mode since it was first released on the 6th server. I believe 3 years ago. I think now 4 years ago, and it was never seen. It was never seen as a competitive standpoint. It was seen as something casual. You play it, you have fun. You get along with it. But no, we've seen from the past year almost that Catch can be competitive and it can be super fun. So Lumiverse decided to do a Catch tournament, first of its kind, and the info and the structure were released later this January, and nothing else has been seen yet. No other information has come out apart from for groups and dates. So we're still guessing and checking, seeing when Lumiverse decides to probably start the tournament. But it is going to be super exciting. I am honestly super hyped for it because I have a team registered to it. So we'll see how that goes. Next up, we have Raven. Now, my boys at Raven are killing it. They are fucking killing it. Oh, I just hit my mic, my bad. Not only did their Glory WFF tournament just ended, not just ended, but like in late December. It was super exciting. From what I've heard and from what I've seen, the tournament in itself was well managed. Everything was taken into consideration, the players, the referees, and honestly, I'm super proud of them, and I'm actually really happy that I'm covering this part, because WFF tournaments have been they've been like one-sided. So seeing that other clans attempting to get into the scene of tournaments, it's nice. It feels nice. It makes the game more lively. You know, it doesn't feel like it's one party doing everything and you just constantly overplaying it. So huge props to Raven actually coming up with the whole Glory WFF tournament. But getting into it more, the Glory WFF tournament was held on the 13th of December, with the following finalists: Flash, Cascade, Naval, Viscous, Madlife aka Luki, Geese, Burnout, and Sector. I mean, honestly, all of these names, it literally did not surprise me that these people were the finalists. Like, come on, dude, God tier players right here. But all in all, it resulted in an incredibly close match between Sector, Viscous, and Cascade, because they placed in top 3. And what made the grand final more exciting was Sector and Viscous both having 25 points. Now, sadly, I wasn't there at the grand final because I had some other stuff to do. But from what I've heard and from what I've seen in the highlights, it was an incredibly close match, and it was so intense. So Sector and Viscous placing first initially with both 25 points. We were focused on who actually got the first place, who actually got second, and who actually got third, and finally coming to the end of the tournament. And guess what? You're not ready for this. Sector coming in with the first place with 4 first placements, making him the quote-unquote GOAT of this event. Honestly, props to everyone in the grand final. Honestly, everyone who played fucking turned this ass off, you know, getting to the grand final. Honestly, huge props to you. I literally don't see myself ever getting even past the qualifiers. Like, my biggest achievement was 20 points against this one team in Fast 5, and that's pretty much it. So huge props to you. Congratulations to Sector for winning the first ever Glory WFF tournament hosted by Raven. Now talking about sick events, actually, Raven is actually holding a WFF Glory OS event as their next step, and it seems like the registrations have been closed, but it also seems like that the WFF Glory OS tournament is going to be starting on the 16th of January, which is pretty exciting. I'm pretty sure like the OS community, I guess, needed a refreshment, and I hope this tournament is the answer to that, because I've seen the amount of registration that the OS event got, and I'm super excited for it. Seeing that so many people are actually giving Raven a try on. Maybe going from WFF to OS. So let's see how that works out for them. Best of luck to Raven for, you know, handling the whole tournament. No doubt in my mind that it's gonna go as perfect as it did in the Glory WFF tournament. But we'll see, and we'll see who takes the win and how that goes ahead. Now, lastly from Raven, their beta test started to take shape. Registrations opened around the mid of December. So far, no info has been given about the beta tests, and no info has been given about when they might start, but rumors say they might come soon-ish, I guess. It's pretty limited information what I'm giving you, so I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure when it's gonna start, but as I said, rumors have said that it might start soon-ish. So let's see what Raven has, you know, what have they've been working on for this past whole year. So best of luck to Raven once again for regarding the WFF OS tournament and their beta test and everything. Hopefully that goes well for them, and let's see if they can bring a server this year out. It would be pretty cool to have another server. In total now 4 servers if they come out with their server. So that's pretty much it from Raven. But if you guys do want to check out the WFF OS tournament, if you want to, you know, track their schedule, I'll link down the topic down below in the description so you can check it out. And great job to Raven for, hosting these amazing events. So best of luck to you boys. Let's move on. Next up we have Force Out Xtreme. Now, to start off, Fast 5's closure resulted yesterday after the two finalists, XN and XPR, totally deserved by the way, fought for the first place. As expected, XPR coming on top with a super close scoreline of 71 points for XPR and 69 points for XN. Now, I'm just gonna go off script here and I'm gonna say that I managed to catch the last 2-3 maps on stream because it was super late for me, it was like 3 a.m. And it was probably the most incredibly intense match I've ever seen. It was so close. Like every map could change the outcome of the whole tournament, and it was so awesome and it was so nice to see. I was actually supporting both the teams because both the teams have really close friends of mine. So I honestly wasn't team XPR or team XN. I was team XPR and XN. So, but XPR is the goat of WFF. They are fucking god tier peeps. So huge congratulations to XPR for winning the first ever Fast 5 tournament in the WFF phase. So, apart from all the complications that occurred during the game, I mean, honestly, does it really matter? Like, I've seen the drama related to this, the whole people talking about, the refs fucked up or someone else fucked up. Like, honestly, dude, come on, man. You don't ruin a game just because one guy did something wrong and it resulted in something that was unrelated. Like, come on, just look, if you had this much of a close game, just fucking take the loss and go with it. Honestly, come on. In the end, that's just my opinion. So if you, whatever you want to, however you want to take this game's end is up to you. In my opinion, I think whatever happened, and I guess that was fate, for XPR to win this tournament. So anyway, moving on. Overall, I think everyone played incredibly, as I've said before, and just to add, just on an ending point for Fast 5, huge props to XN and XPR, for getting to the finals. And also, I almost forgot to mention, huge props to EP for getting the third place. Fox and EP actually played for the third match, in EP coming on top and taking the third place. So huge congratulations to XPR, XN, and EP for placing in the top 3. Moving on. In other news, WCF Season 2 is almost underway. After Season 1 ending on the 7th of July 2020, a second season was bound to happen. It was just obvious that it had to happen. Due to the immense success of the first season, I have no doubt we are in for a treat. Best of luck to everyone participating. The WCF Season 2 topic can be found down below in the description, as with the other topics that I'm going to be including throughout this video. So if you want to check the matches, the schedule out, you can find the topic down below in the description. Moving on, and lastly, from Fox. Fox came up in their latest, in the December news, regarding Christmas and everything and accepting trials. They actually quote unquote threw some 3.0 sneak peeks in their most fashionable way of blurring the picture and then showing it to the community. So, however, it seems exciting. Let's see what they can bring out in the near or far future. Best of luck to them, and that's pretty much it from Fox. Now, the last section of the news from clans, servers, and tournament related. We have Small Hustler Scrub, SHC. SHC Reborn, as I like to call this, coming in with a server of their own, which was dropped on the 27th of December, having a lot of variety, including a garage, which is pretty exciting, honestly. Who doesn't like a garage, am I right? And there isn't much to say since SHC was kind of sneaky with it, but from what I've heard, it's a fun place for peeps to hang out, and honestly, that is the point, isn't it? Like, for people to come, hang out, have fun, and disconnect when they get bored of it. So, best of luck to SHC for the server though, and if you guys want to check out their forum, I'll link that below, and also I'll link the IP to this server down below in the description as well. If you want to check out the server, maybe give some credit to them, go ahead. Everyone deserves a little bit of credit because the developers work so hard in bringing a server. I think everyone deserves a little recognition now and then. So I'll link down below the forum and the server IP from SHC so you can check them out. Now, Coming to the last part, and probably the shortest part of the MTA news episode, if you like to call that, I guess, we're going to be talking about the map of the month and some honorable mentions, in my opinion, which means that this series is probably going to be a monthly project, as I said. I mean, did I say that? I think I did, right? Even if I didn't, I'm going to say it again. This is going to be a monthly project. So, anyhow, for the month of December, I guess, I mean, honestly, this was a pretty much guarantee win. Pablow feat Bright for PCHZY, Schizophrenia, a deserved win. I mean, my God, have you seen that map? Like, honestly, look, listen, okay? It's a great map. It has some sick ass ideas. I think it's pretty deserving, but hear me out. Before I end that sentence, I would like to say that I have a tier list of maps that could have probably won, in my opinion. I'm going to say this over and over again. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying that Schizophrenia didn't deserve to win. It definitely did deserve a win, like 100%. Like, the map is incredible. But now there are some maps that could have won, and let's just quickly go through them, because this video is already so fucking long. Let's just get through them, and we'll see if you guys disagree with me or agree with me. So first up we have Stan Override II. Now, I'm gonna talk about Stan a little bit. I am gonna be honest, he is probably the most underrated mapper, in my opinion. I remember when he released his map Dreamland, and I'm pretty sure that was the first map that sort of attracted people on his unique playstyle, because that map is so I swear to God, every time you play it, it's so cool. It's like the idea, it's like bringing tropical into a mediums hard-ish map, and then, you know, including different types of vehicles, like tourism and, you know, Infernos and everything. So I think, in my opinion, if I had to choose from this whole tier list, I'd say Stan coming up with Override 2 was probably a huge shocker for me, because when I saw that map, and the edit was honestly amazing. He actually edited his own video, which is, you know, huge props to you, man. And overall, I'm honestly, Override 2, pretty sick map. And if I had to rate it out of 10, like, I'm gonna rate each map out of 10 from this tier list, because even though it doesn't matter, because everyone's just gonna get an 8 or a 9 or a 10, right? But honestly, Stan Override 2 gets a 9 out of 10, just because the decoration is so fucking unique, and the track the track's so good. Like, the track, the ideas and everything, it just all comes together and makes a perfect HDM map. And can you expect less from Stan? Come on. my man's a GOAT. All right, he's up and coming. All right, he's up and coming. Honestly, in my opinion, most underrated mapper in the scene right now. Now, next up, after Override 2, we have New Age 2. I mean, honestly, there is no point in talking about this map, because my man Drifter out there already talked about this map with his amazing reaction. If you guys want to check that out, I'll link that below in the description as well. Like, just his reaction explains how amazing this map is. Like, obviously there were some points in which I thought that New Age 2 was gonna win, regardless of any other map released. But when I saw Schizophrenia win, I understood that sometimes coming up with a sequel could lead to some people being, you know, quote unquote disappointed. Like, I honestly wasn't, but I think some people might get it. It's just, I guess, I mean, that's just me saying from seeing the amount of dislikes. But honestly, overall, I'm not like, do the dislikes even matter if the map's that fucking sick? So overall, this map gets a 9 out of 10. Just because honestly, have you seen the record? Like, come on, man, it's just awesome. This map is incredible. Not gonna lie, I actually tried passing this map, and around like 50% completion, I was like, I'm done. I literally rage quit. Like, it's that hard. I couldn't do it. I was like, oh man, no way. one hand attempt on this, impossible. Like, my hand was dead. So anyway, so New Age 2 done, Override 2 done. Next up, we have Arrow feed Lex, feed Snafi, feed Text, Chains of Ability. In my opinion, this map should have gotten more votes than it did, because not only is the decoration fucking god tier, the track reminds me, what kind of analogies do I use here? The track reminds me if Breath of Skills, right? If Breath of Skills and Play of Hardened 2 had a baby. I think Chains of Ability would be that map. I don't know. Probably nobody's gonna agree with me, but that's how I just see this map. Pretty cool map, pretty sick decoration, pretty sick track. I mean, honestly, all of these 4 mappers are just incredible. Was not expecting any less. So huge props to you. This map gets a 9 out of 10 regardless. Coming up, so this next one, finally we come up with something that's not HDM. Coming up with Semison Takash, I hope I'm saying your name right, Snafi, coming up with the second part of Acromatopsia. I hope that's how you say it. Acromatopsia, yeah, Acromatopsia Part 2. I remember when Semison made the first part. That map is so sick, and honestly part 2 just explained why this series is that good. The sequel killed it. Honestly, it deserved sequel and it killed it. Like I am surprised that this map didn't win the map of the month. That's how surprised I am. I get it, like UH2, Schizophrenia, Overdrive, a lot of other cool maps, but honestly this map killed it. Like the theme of the map, perfect. The decoration, perfect. The track, okay, I guess, the thing is that I play the track, it is what it is. And overall, the spooky environment that it had, and it always will have, killed it. Honestly, this is the only map that I'm gonna give a 10 out of 10. Actually, I'm lying. The next map's gonna get a 10 out of 10 as well. This map, I'm giving it a 9.5 just because I'm unbiased. Fuck it. Coming up, and the last map that we're going to be talking about, actually the second last map we're going to be talking about, we have a map from Nexilin, Russo, and Scarge. It's called Parallax. This map, I have no words for how fucking sick this map is, because first of all, it has Russo in it. And that's already a plus point. That is already a fucking plus point. And it has 2 of my favorite mappers, honestly. Nexilin, because he made a map with Russo that was, I don't know, I just love that map. I actually can't remember the name right now, but that's kind of embarrassing. I can't remember the name right now, but I probably remember it soon. I'll probably link it down below in the comments or something. I can't remember it right now. And Scarge, come on, you can't really, come on, man. And the thing is that Scarge actually attempted a new style of decoration in this map, which honestly kind of worked out. Like, I've played the map, I've seen the record, pretty insane. You can tell that it's a Russo map from the track. Like, you can tell this is a Russo map. It has that Russo touch to it. Every part just every part just screams Russo. Like, that's how great the map is. Honestly, this is the only map that I'm gonna give 10 out of 10 because of creativity, decoration, track, and honestly 3 of my favorite mappers in one map. So huge props, great map. Probably could have won. That this map is probably the only, like, out of this whole tier list, this is the only map that had the potential of winning if Schizophrenia hadn't released, like, either New Age 2 or Parallax, in my opinion. Now lastly, this is a map that nobody expected. Even I didn't expect I was going to talk about this. Almano, Escape from Deathly Paradise. I know that Almano has made questionable maps. I'm joking, Almano, I love you. But in my opinion, Escape from Deathly Paradise is probably his best work, because the ideas that he's used, it screams Arkster Rain, a map from Stan. And it's just so good. Like, the ideas are good. The decoration, questionable, because it's pretty much, a one-style decoration, but it fits, so it doesn't matter. No. And the overall, I think the map is pretty good. And in my opinion, I think Almano should probably keep this sort of track style and this sort of decoration style, because I think this is working for him. Like, you can see from the comments and from the feedback that Almano got for this map, it explains my point even more, that this map is probably his best work. And honestly, huge props to you. I'm going to give this map a 9 out of 10 for this, because this map is just, honestly, this is my favorite map from him. Simply put, this is my favorite map from him. And his maps, as I said, are questionable. JK, I love you, Almano. And so it just comes to the point where Almano, you know, brings in something that surprises everyone. So huge props to you, man. Huge props for, you know, making this map this good, and hopefully you come up with something even better than this. Who knows? So now, oh, holy shit, I haven't talked this much since yesterday when I was talking with my best friend. Coming to the end of the video, I think I think this was something cool, and I'm super glad that I did this, because I've had a smile on my face throughout the video, because I just love talking about MTA. Like, MTA has been my life from 2012, and it's brought me to a point where I am doing this right now. Like, I'm doing this idea, this episode, this series right now. And I would have never done this if I hadn't found MTA. Accidentally, may I add. So just honestly, I just want to take a moment. I want to say thanks to everyone who supported me on my YouTube channel, gave me feedback on what I could do right and what was I doing wrong, and how can I fix that, how can I improve that. And I just honestly thank you so much for watching my videos and everything. It means a lot. Honestly, it means so much. And this has sort of led me to focus up on streaming, which I'm going to be starting as soon as my PC build is completed. And I'm probably going to be taking streaming as an attempt to maybe prove something to myself, not anyone else, because I don't really care about proving something to someone else, like other than me. I gotta prove myself that maybe, just maybe, I can probably make it work. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't even see it happening, because, you know, getting successful in streaming is pretty much impossible nowadays because of how much the competition there is. But, you know, I tried with YouTube and I got 70 subscribers. When I started, when I had no videos, I had 20 subs, which is kind of stupid, honestly. I don't know why I had 20. Actually, I had 13 subs, and now I'm 70 subscribers. So that's, you know, that's a good gain. And if I can get 5 to 10 viewers per day, that'd be incredible. Honestly, I'd be so happy with that. I don't care about donations. I don't care about anything else. Just viewership is more than enough for me. So once again, just thank you so much for everyone for supporting me. And just to end it, just to come on an ending point, we come to the closure of the first episode of MTA News. And I would just want to say that I have decided not to include any drama that could be offensive to some people, because I don't want to offend anyone with my videos. Even though for some reason there's a group of people that dislike my video. If you checked out my last video, it just got disliked for no reason. I don't know why. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really care. But like, the thing is, I don't want to offend anyone with bringing in drama that could be, you know, one-sided, and somebody might disagree with me, and he might, you know, take it in an offensive way. So I'm probably not going to include drama in the MTA News episodes, but I am going to include a lot of server-related stuff, tournament stuff, and maybe something, you know, maybe updates that other servers do, other clans do. Maybe they bring out a server and they do updates on that, you know, maybe a new game mode. You know, basically this whole episode is going to be focused on stuff related from servers, from clans, tournaments, game modes, and map related stuff. So if you guys like this sort of content, if you want me to make more of this, just let me know. I might make it even weekly if I can make up, you know, if I can get that much content into one video. But yeah, thank you for watching till the end of this video. And if you do come to the end of the video, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope I do see you in the next one. So thank you once again. Bye-bye.